Okay, once your floor plan is ready, so the thing is that we'll see how to do the dimensions for the plan. Okay, so the first step is that we will make a layer for the dimensions. Okay, I'm going to make two layers. One is that a-ext dimensions and other as a-int dimensions. I will explain you like why we need these dimensions. Okay, fine, let's make these two layers first. I'm going for the layer here, new layer, a-ext dimension, and choose color number 2 and go for next one, a-int dimension, oh my god, what is this? Okay, choose color number 22. First make ext dimension as the current layer. I'm going to close it. Right, now we will learn that how to fix the dimensions. Okay, so when you type d enter, you may find two sample dimensions from the AutoCAD, but we will not use that. As I said that we will use our own dimension style. So I'm going to click on new and I'm going to name this as a-dim. Okay, make it start with standard, no problem. Continue. Simple dimension is not a difficult task. You just need to remember the settings. So once you go for the color, click on red, then extension line color, click on red, and extend beyond dimension line and offset from origin, let's make it 50 and 50. I understand that what is this value 50-50. Follow this value now, and during the course of the time I can explain you exactly what is that. Then you have symbols and arrows. So symbols and arrows, I will not go for arrows now. First I will go for the text. The text is that I need to have a text style. This is important actually, because I need to have a good text style for my dimension. So that's why in the text style you see this ellipse box. You'll just click this box and you will make your own style of the text. It's opening. Okay, so what you're going to do is that when you get this dialog box, you're going to click on new and you will make your own style. Like say, you just say simply call as text style, and I'm going to say okay. So you got your text style. Arial is fine for me. Height is, I need to look for the height. So you see this, the wall thickness is 350 here, right? So my dimension is always be related to the wall height. So let's say 350 means you can just go somewhere half of that, like 200. I'm going to say set current, and yes, I want to do that, and close. Text style, I want my text style here, not the standard. So just click this arrow and say text style. Right, so we have our style here now. Text color by layer, and fill color nothing. This is all, keep it as it is. And in fact this one you can say above, align with horizontal line. See, center and above is that if you click center, the text will come in the center of the two lines. If you say above, the text will come above the line. Then I am going to click on align with dimension line. When you say align with dimension line, you will see the text is here horizontal, but when you click this align with dimension line, the text will be rotated as per the line indication. So I'm going to click align with dimension line. Good. Fit, I'm not going to do anything, I will leave it as it is. Primary units is decimal, precision is 0, right? Nothing. Here I am going to leave that as it is. That's it. That is my dimension configuration. So if you can see here, red, 50-50. Oh yeah, symbols and arrows is 100 is fine here, because the text height we took 100. So this is 200. Text height is 200, So this 100 is enough. Now go for the text. One last change is that offset from dimension line. That means the gap between the line in this text. I'll take it as 50 now. So once again, line red, 50, 50, 100. Text style what we made, color yellow, I mean like by layer, sorry, above, align with dimension line, fit nothing, primary, decimal, and rest is as it is. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to select my dimension. I'm going to say set current. I'm going to close it. Check my layer A dash external dimension. Now I'm going to put my dimension now. Go for annotate and go for here. Align is better for me. I prefer align. Now zoom in and click on the end of this line to the end of the window. Just, not too far away, not too close. Just keep it something like that. That's fine. And then right click, say repeat align. Same command you want to repeat again. The most important thing I want to notice is that click on the end point to the end point, and when you move, don't move here and there, just move and click on the end of this arrow so that both of them are linear, they are aligned together. Align again. I'm going to click here and I'm going to click here and continue, same, and align endpoint to the endpoint and continue, align endpoint to the endpoint and continue, endpoint to the endpoint and continue, endpoint to the endpoint and continue, endpoint to endpoint, okay, endpoint to endpoint, and finally one last dimension from here to here. Just make sure that you don't clash with this text, just something like that. That's it. Now if you want to see that how it's going to come in the print, go for the print, choose DWG to PDF and choose ISO A3. Make sure you have UI.ctp, DWG to PDF A3 UI.ctp. If anybody don't have UI.ctp, let me know. Window, yes, from corner to corner, and just see in the preview how it looks. Yes, that's fine, it's organized. The only thing I notice is that we can increase the text height a bit. So then how to correct it? I'm going for the dimension again and I will change my text height to 250. In the same way, I'll come back and change my arrow size to 150. And this might disturb my dimensions actually. Yeah, a bit. That's fine. Just I just can just move this little bit away, so I can click on this end of the arrow and just move it here. Yes. Now I can see my print preview again. Yeah, I think that's very clear. So when you print, your drawing is going to come in the same way. So you're going to follow the same process for the other places also. Let's say we do here. Again, annotate, align, end to end. Just go down, I mean like not too far away, just go down like that. And again, end to end. Again from end to end. I know that it's coming outside. We will see how to sort it out. This is a good question or good point to note. Yes, that's nice. End to end. See, you see the main thing is that when you're doing the dimensions, try to zoom into the place of the dimension. Don't try to do the dimensions from far away, like how I'm doing. I'm just taking this part of the plan on my screen. Let's say I'm doing this. I'll just zoom. Zooming is very important, whatever the command you do. Okay, next here, then end to end and click on this end to end and then click on this end to end and then click on this end to end and then click on this end end to end, and then click on this end to end, and then click on this end. But the problem was that this text was not coming correct, 370. So I can select 370. When I select 370, I see 3 points, 1 2 3, and actually 2 more points. But down, like for example, if I go for the text point, just keep my cursor here, it will give me the options like stretch and a lot of things. Let's not discuss all of these things. Let's discuss what we need now. I need move text only. So when I'm trying to move text, the text is not coming flexibly in all the directions. So as you know that you can go and click on ortho, the text will be free to move, and then you can just place the text here. And the same thing is here also. Just go here and say move text only. The same thing everywhere. Select 370, move text only. That is fine. And then one full dimension from end to end. Let's go down from end to end. Just go down. Okay, now we can come back and see our preview. Yes, perfect. So this is the way I need the dimensions. Now the second task is that we made a different layer also, like we made a layer for the internal dimension. Then what is the use of this dimension? So now I can make this as current. So whenever I'm going to do any dimensions inside of the room, then try to use a dash internal dimensions, because I need these two in different dimensions, different layers, because when I'm doing my furniture plan or ceiling plan, I will take this plan as a reference and I don't want to see the internal dimensions. That's why always put the inside dimensions in different layer. Okay, now go for annotate and go for align. Inside I don't want too many dimensions, I just want 2 dimensions only. That's enough for me. Here to here and here to here. That's it. Nothing more than that. Yeah, this also, if you want, you can just click on this arrow, it will come in the same direction. Now from here to here, and if you want, then you can put the dimensions from here to here. It's not a mandatory, but if you can put, it's good actually. The same thing, you're going to come here and put the dimensions from here to here, and you put the dimensions from here to here. Okay, then I can see in my preview how is the dimensions are looking. Yeah, that's fine, that's good. Now the task is that, let's say I don't want to see the dimension inside the room. Very simple, you can go for this one. This is freeze. Before freeze, you must take care that your internal dimension is not the current layer. Current layer should be something else. Now go on freeze, click on freeze. The dimensions are gone. That means they are not deleted, they are just freeze from the plan. So you can go back, or you can just click the same icon down, unfreeze. So you got your dimensions back. Okay, so this is the way to complete the dimension. Hopefully you can follow it and complete the full plan. Thank you.